It was a warm summer afternoon when Emma, a college student, was walking home from her late class at the university. As she took her usual route through the quieter side of town, she passed by a group of bikers loitering near a corner store. They were loud, brash, and full of confidence, making crude remarks as she walked past. They didn't pay much attention to her until one of them made a comment about her attire. Emma, in her college hoodie and jeans, had been the subject of teasing before, but today, something felt different. They didn't just make fun of her appearance, they began to taunt her, calling her weak and even daring her to step up and do something about it. Their laughter echoed through the street, but Emma stayed calm. She kept walking, her pace steady, as if their words didn't even faze her. In her mind, she could already hear the echoes of her training. What they didn't know was that Emma wasn't just any college student. She was a U.S. Marine, and more importantly, she held a black belt in karate. She wasn't one to back down from confrontation, but she wasn't looking for trouble either. The bikers, however, weren't done. They blocked her path, surrounding her with their motorcycles and giving her no way to pass. One of them, the biggest and most intimidating, sneered and said, "What's the matter, princess? You afraid of a little fun?" He leaned in close, his breath thick with alcohol. Emma, still calm, took a deep breath. She looked each of them in the eye, her mind clearing. This wasn't about proving anything. This wasn't about bravado. This was about respect. She had been trained to handle situations like these, and it was her time to show them just how out of their league they were. She took a step back, positioning herself with the grace of someone who had studied martial arts for years. Without a word, she launched into action. In a swift, fluid motion, she evaded the first biker's attempt to grab her arm, spinning to deliver a precise, controlled strike to his chest. He stumbled back, gasping for air. The other bikers froze, eyes wide, unable to believe what they were witnessing. It didn't take long for the remaining bikers to realize that Emma wasn't just some college girl. They'd underestimated her completely. As they began to back off, one of them muttered, "Who the hell is she?" Emma stood tall, her expression unreadable. "I'm someone you shouldn't mess with," she replied calmly. Her voice was firm, but not hostile. The bikers, now realizing the mistake they'd made, quickly scrambled to get back on their bikes. They had no interest in pursuing this any further. As they rode off, Emma felt her heart rate slow, but her mind raced. She knew how easily situations like this could escalate, and in the blink of an eye, she could have lost control. But she also knew she'd done what she needed to do to protect herself without becoming the aggressor. As the bikers disappeared into the distance, Emma took a moment to collect herself. She couldn't help but think about the power of knowledge and training. How many times had people underestimated her, assuming that because she was a woman or a student, she was somehow weaker? It was moments like this that made her realize the importance of standing up for yourself, even when you're surrounded by people who think they know better. Emma continued her walk, the weight of the experience settling into her chest. She felt proud, not because she had fought back, but because she had done so with poise and confidence. There would always be people who underestimated her, but she would never let them define her. And from that day on, whenever she walked past that corner store, she carried with her the quiet strength of someone who knew exactly what she was capable of. The bikers, on the other hand, would probably never forget the girl they thought they could intimidate, but had no idea could stand her ground. Emma's story was a reminder: never judge someone by their appearance or underestimate the quiet strength that lies beneath. It was the strength to stand tall when others tried to bring you down, the strength to defend yourself without violence, and the strength to keep moving forward with your head held high. And as the sun dipped behind the horizon, Emma knew this encounter wasn't just about a group of bikers. It was about every person who had ever been made to feel small. She had proven that size, gender, or status had nothing to do with real power. It was about who you are on the inside, how you carry yourself, and how you respond when life challenges you. So next time you encounter someone who seems vulnerable, remember Emma's story. You might just be witnessing the strength of someone who's ready to stand their ground, no matter what.